Hello everyone and welcome to this Let's Play of Bastion. Now, just like another game I am currently Let's Playing, Thief the Dark Project, this is a game with an excellent soundtrack and great atmosphere, so I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you are as well, and let's get right on with it. I will play the story on normal mode, I think.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
I wonder who came up with this idea for the game, to just have this the way form in front of you, but it's really cool.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
So, the first weapon for us. Normally by destroying things, you can get money.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Or I think it's called shards in this game. But it is a currency, basically. So, it's usually best to smash everything in this game.
Survivor. No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Starts to feel his bruises, though.
Yeah. So by smashing all these crates and barrels and stuff, I can collect those. I think shards is what they call it.
Kid just rages for a while.
Shards of the past. I also like how your dodge roll actually causes damage. That's cool.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
So now I have a melee weapon and a ranged weapon.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
Damn right.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Now those things, the squirts, I think that's what he called them, they are probably the least dangerous type of enemy in the game. They are hardly dangerous even in greater numbers. They are just an annoyance most of the time, but the enemies actually...
The old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view.
They can get pretty tough and challenging later on.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
But the fighting is rather skill-based in this game, so yeah. If you are a good player, then you can probably deal with most of it. I have only played through this game, or through the entire game once, but it will all come back in time, I think.
He sets foot inside one of Zelandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Clang. Shield saves his hide.
Now with the shield you can also counterattack. And for that you have to block right before an enemy strikes at you. Now too late. Like so.
Windbags start turning up for last call.
And you can throw the strike right back at them.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Now I always like to use ranged attacks in this game quite a bit. And only fight in melee as a sort of last resort. Or not a last resort, but yeah, I like to fight with the bow especially, which we will be finding soon.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
But I guess my face would be broke, like, after a drop like that.
Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
And again, I can
Right back at you.
counterattack enemies with the shield,
Good news is the emergency defense is still working.
like that.
Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
And we have a first
He's a mighty fast learner.
special attack. Special attacks, of course, only have limited use, and you have to collect those. Actually, I forgot what they are called. Potions, if you want to do them. Now this one isn't really too useful. But some of the special attacks later on, they can
Right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town.
they can deliver quite a punch.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Now here I can select my weapons, but I only have... No, I actually have more than two, but I prefer the bow over the machine gun or whatever it's called, the repeater.
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
I am going to go with squirt cider. Yeah, more health is always useful.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
And those squirts would actually now spawn indefinitely unless I destroy those things. Now squirt cider I would like to try sometime. Because I am quite the cider lover. Hard cider, of course.
That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though.
Yeah, neither do I.
Ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
Now there's a rather big battle coming up right now. Right here. But first again, I'll try and collect as many shards as I can, but I don't think there is much to get here. Yeah.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags.
Oh god. Those things I don't like.
Done what he just did.
Because they become increasingly more difficult to hit. Obviously, because they always get smaller. But this tactic usually works pretty well. Just run around in a large circle and shoot at enemies while dodging their attacks.
Robs a scumbag of his last meal.
It works really well if you're fighting multiple enemies at once.
Kid puts him out of his misery.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. I remember this fight to be a lot more difficult, but perhaps I just have gotten a little bit better at the game. Because obviously last time I played this battle, the game was still rather new to me.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. Well, down he goes. Down toward the Bastion.
Oh, I guess I took a shortcut right there.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
I think I could have gone, the way should have been a bit longer, I'm not sure, but, well,
Did anybody else survive?
we are at the Bastion now.
Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
Hooray, we found the
We
narrator.
talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
And now to the stranger, you can talk about all the mementos you find, or other items in the game.
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch.
Yeah, we will do that in a moment.
I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, alright. Except no one else showed up.
Yep, we appear to be the only survivors.
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
This really is a beautiful game. Look at this background painting, really. Or that's what it looks like. I think it looks amazing. And the soundtrack is amazing too. I always like to stay here in the Bastion, only to to listen to that background track. Now, what to build
Kid
first?
ponders what to build.
Probably an arsenal.
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Yeah. I'm happy with that selection. And are there any more special attacks? Oh yeah, there are. That's for the repeater. Mirror shield, whirlwind, dancing shot. Yeah, I'll take the dancing shot for now.
Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand.
So there is nothing else to talk about, I think.
Ain't always much to say.
Yeah, exactly. So we can move on.
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Maybe I will first... This is the Bastion, I think. Yeah.
The Bastion. Caelandia's safe haven. Once the highest point in the city. Too bad it wasn't finished before the calamity struck. The workman ward. Them windbags used to keep the city humming along here. The Breaker Barracks. Many straight shooters learn their way here.
Yeah, I will go to this shooting range first.
The Breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets and the fewest shots. He's focused. He's armed. And he's off.
Now I know I can't complete all of these training missions perfectly, but this one I do want to do. I do want the first prize for this one. Now, if you want the first prize, you only can use 5 shots to destroy all of those targets, and that means you need to get 5 power shots in a row.
Happens in a flash.
Let's see if I can do this. Well, it's going well so far. And just one more.
He's
Yeah, I did it.
proud of that show.
Something stringy that can be used to improve the bow. Something fancy is for the army rifle, I believe. And some another special ability.
I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breaker's challenge.
Yeah. So there is only one place to go at the moment.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. No white gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
Yeah, another memento. We'll talk with the narrator later about that. Now, at the moment I have the maximum of health potions and the maximum of whatever they are called, but if you collect more of them while having 3 of each, then you get just some more experience. Usually there are enough of potions, and experience is always useful.
There it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage.
Now there was a switch. No, there wasn't.
Blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Let me recover, please. Now he can be tough in melee, but with ranged attacks he can be taken out quite easily.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
And apparently all the gas fellas are now in love with me.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
Usually the goal is to find the core on each map, and now we have the core, but still let's explore the rest of the map.
For the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Somehow that old forge is still standing. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his.
Now the forge is very useful, so I wanted to find it quickly. Or early on. And I will probably also build it next in the Bastion.
Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Because here you can improve the weapons. Now the bow. 2 target penetrations per shot or more draw speed. Yeah, that's useful.
With a good length of meat gut, that bow's like new again.
Plus 50% damage would be awesome, of course, but I don't have enough money or shards for that. The hammer I don't really want to improve just yet. because I think in this level you also find the machete, and that's a weapon I prefer anyway.
He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Keeps telling himself he better watch his step.
Yeah, I guess I better.
Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
Now I much prefer the faster melee attacks, especially against multiple small enemies like the squirts. Now, another special
They say
ability.
even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed.
And now we have a squirt on our side. Yay.
Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
Of course, one squirt can't really do much in battle.
He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag Alley. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel.
Awesome name. Now I would like to change my special ability, but you can only do that in the arsenal.
But Calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. Kid cuts up Gershel like a pineapple. Old scumbag didn't feel a thing. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Yeah. So that's it for this mission. Oh, something sharp.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it.
But before we use the core, I will end the video here. So thank you for watching. I hope you will tune into the next video, and until then, take care.